This is the educational part of Ruth's Home for Rescue Children. Ruth's Farm Home for Rescue Children is a cooperation of probably decades of people pouring their lives into places like Thailand, in Asia, in Africa, in South America. And our heart is to be able to cause a global change. It's our butterfly effect. We gently touch down in places where children are in slavery, sometimes sex slavery, sometimes labor slavery. It is the last Sebastian of slavery in the world. And so together what we're trying to do is bring together a cooperative effort for Ruth's Farm Home to be able to stop human trafficking and to prosper the poor. We want to do this in three basic ways. Ruth's Farm Home for Rescued Children is self-sustaining. What we're trying to do is, if you're like me, sometimes I get charity fatigued. People ask me for money, I give the money, next year again and again and again. You know of organizations, nonprofits, God bless them, they're doing the best they know how, but every year they need more money. They need a continuation. It's like pouring water into the desert and you think, why? Well, here we're creating a situation where the children have a self-sustaining farm home. They never need your money again. One time we build the place. And that's what I mean by self-sustaining. But not only is it self-sustaining, it's flourishing. That's the be fruitful and multiply principle. Is that what they learn, what they know, what they experience, they're able to pour into the lives of others. If you want to see healing in children who've been rescued out of human trafficking, watch them as they teach, as they train, as they educate others, how they show others the way to be able to prosper. The most glorious thing I've ever experienced is the poor prospering the poor. Orphans building orphanages for other orphans. And that's what Ruth's Farm Home for Rescued Children is all about. Not only is it self-sustaining, but it's also self-propagating. That when we plant in a region, that region starts multiplying in many places. We started many years ago, and now there's over 300 ministries just in that northern Thailand region that are doing exactly what we started many years ago. Now here's the third key that is so important, self-governing. Many of you have been parents, and you take a child, and your hope is that that child becomes an adult. Not only that they become an adult, that they bring you home some grandchildren. And that parent, that child that you raised, is able to raise that child well and prosperous. That's what we've had the privilege to see, is young people who tragically were put into prostitution, were put out on the streets, were put into businesses where they labored day and night, coming out of that slavery, and then being able to bring freedom to others and to prosper the poor. That's what self-governing does, is that these children create the curriculum, the education, the experiences, the enrichment of worship, of spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial means to be able to prosper others so that no one ever has to go through the tragedy that they went through. So self-sustaining, self-propagating, and self-governing. These are the basics of Ruth's Farm Home for Rescued Children. We want to build a standard that says, okay, this is how we've done agriculture. This next year, let's do it better. And the next year, better. And the next year, better. Through that, we started with standard monoculture. And after that, permaculture, where you bring in many crops that produce every single month, everything that the children eat. And then, can we produce enough to provide for our neighbors and to sell to our neighbors and to be in the market? Can we produce something that's unique, that sells for more than what anybody else is making in the market? These are the kinds of skills that we constantly train others to do. And the training value is so important so that those who are training the children are able to come with the newest and the best to be able to increase the prosperity of the poor. So that together, we come together in a way that we're constantly pouring more information in. And that's why we need the fourth aspect, which is overseers. People who are mature, who are knowledgeable, who are global, who are looking at a more global picture. The most sustaining type of business in the world is agribusiness. Every year it produces. The least it's going to feed your family. The most is going to feed the entire world. And so we have a global picture of agribusiness in a permaculture society where you have many different types of culture working together to bring stability to the world. Ruth's Farm Home for Rescued Children, that's what it's about. It's not just, and believe me, I would die a happy man if it was just about rescuing children. But I have a greater vision. I have a greater scenario for you, for me, and for everyone we touch, that we're able to go into villages and make them a global community. You are part of that. Somehow or another, from Thailand to you, has come this word to be able to have a time together that we can make a difference that will last not just for this generation, but for the generations to come. And so I ask you, I want you, I need you to invest. It's an investment, return on investment in children who will be the leaders in those nations and in this nation. So as you lead the way, as you provide the means, you can be part of New Mercy House. I started off as Mercy House Coffee. That's because we took coffee from the villages, from United States, from Hawaii, and we made it something over there. And then it came here. And now in that reverberation, we sent new mercy. God, we need new mercy. An ability to cause something that will continue to go on generation after generation. And in newmercyhouse.org, you can invest your time, talents, and treasures to be able to make a difference. Come out to the mission field with us. Be where you're at and be a mission field. Be able to be a place where people come to experience agriculture, agribusiness, rescue of children in your home or across the world. Either way, you can make a magnificent difference. You can make today magnificent simply by going online and going to newmercyhouse.org. It's that simple. Give me a call. Contact me on the website. I'd love to talk to you. God bless you. Thank you for listening.